Hey guys, what do you have here? Miss Can't Be Wrong. Yeah, sorry about that. I saw your text, but no, I scheduled it at first and I forgot to put it on portrait mode. And then when I changed it to portrait mode, it was still doing it in landscape mode, so I had to delete the whole live and do it over again. So anyway, please hit the like, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Yes, yes. Let me Smart people don't like me. How funny is it that just played? I don't know if you heard it. I got the noise reduction turned off. Uh, Noise reduction. Let me do this. Very important to have that in there. Tony B, what's going on, bro? You here for a politics show? That's what we're gonna do. Hopefully it works again like it did last time, and I get into the algorithm. I'm getting a little concerned though because, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Did you get my text? Yeah. I thought I got back to you. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Listen, if it's true, I feel terrible and foul rest in peace, but it just seems bizarre to me. And if this is what his wife is up to right now, then I don't know what kind of relationship they had. It's a very strange thing to be doing. On my politics show, she came into the chat and she was talking about Sal and shit. And I didn't even address it because it was a politics show. But Captain Homer, what's going on, bro? You're always the first politics person here. Please hit the like button, everybody. We got 11 people here. We'll get more as we go. I pray for them. Yeah. I hope it's not true, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'll tell you what happened, man. I did a politics show a little while ago, and two people that completely and totally disagree with my politics and probably generally don't like me as a person donated pretty good about amount of money. And it just made me think once again, what the fuck happened to all my people? I don't know. I don't know that I never thought there'd be a day when MAGA people are carrying the show, but we'll see what happens. I probably won't be doing any MobTube shows for a while. Yeah, it's an odd situation. It is. It is. No, I don't even know how to verify that. And his wife came into the chat, or he did, whatever, and said that he emailed me or something. And I checked my email. There's no email. Maybe she meant Instagram or something, or maybe my Facebook. I'm not even on that Facebook anymore. It's not even supposed to be up. Anyway, let's talk about politics because there's probably politics people watching. Can anyone defend Trump without mentioning Biden? We could just bring up any topic. Really doesn't matter. What about Sal? No. I don't even believe it's true. You know what I mean? And if it is, I didn't do anything to the guy. I mean, I mentioned the other day. I don't understand why anybody fights with him, but Dickhead's son is a draft dodger. Yes. Oh, Dickhead Don. I'm like, Dickhead's son. What? Dickhead Don. Sorry, I can't read. Let me see my Instagram. No, I didn't get any messages on Instagram either. I use Google AI to ask questions. I mostly know the answer. How many bots on Twitter and YouTube? You mean Twitter and YouTube? And what does it say? Tony B, it's not about whether I like him. I think he's going to be fine for New York. I think if anything, he's going to help New Yorkers, working class New Yorkers. And I think they've just been, terrified into thinking that like this is the end of New York. New York is over now, because of Mom Donnie. Like he's the Mom Donnie. Sorry, like he's the devil. I just don't see it. I mean, I can't imagine that New Yorkers, working class New Yorkers, are bitching about rent stabilized apartments. We'll look here if it ain't the demo rat genius. Well, I think you meant to say well look here and not will look here. But there you go. You come in insulting right away. Is there anything you could actually speak about when it comes to politics, Bill Henry? See, guys, I don't start the insults. See, New Yorkers are very stupid for voting for a communist and a Muslim. Really? So he's not a communist. Why are they stupid for voting for a Muslim? Just out of curiosity. Democrats aren't communists. Republicans are fascists. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, you're an idiot. Okay, so let's talk because I can sit here and talk politics all day. Can you is the question. Yeah, if they just keep up the insults, yeah, they can go. But let's see if Bill has anything productive to say. If not, just get rid of him. They're saying they want to stretch the shutdown till December 2nd when another Republican will be sworn into Congress to stop the Epstein files to be released. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I can't remember the guy's name, but they do. Fascist comes from the left. How you figure? How you figure? Name one. They can't define communism. No, they can't. Sup war. Okay, is Democrat the best party? Well, considering there's really only two that matter, yes, of course. Of course. I mean, it depends on who you are. If you're a billionaire, no, then the Republicans are the best party for you. If you're a racist, Republicans are the best party for you. And if you're not one of those two things, then the only way you'd vote for a Republican is if you're retarded. See, it's the three R's. So you got to be one of those. Possibly one or more, I guess we could say. National Socialists were Nazi Germany. Yeah, and uh, Pat Travellino, what's going on, bro? How you doing? They can't define practically anything. No, they can't. Donald Trump was a lifelong Democrat, and you say he's a fascist. Demo rats are fascist. Demo rats? Don't you at least mean demon rats, you fucking idiot? Should I just. You're like a fucking child. How old are you, Bill Henry? I can't imagine you've ever had pussy in your life. I mean, it's like if I sat here like a third grader, I was like fucking Republicans or retardlicans. It's so gay. Only something a child would do. Anyway, he was a lifelong Democrat. Yeah, yeah. And then he knew that he could not run for president as a Democrat because with all his dirty laundry, there's no way he'd ever actually even make it through the fucking primaries. So he had to run as a Republican. You know, he's a guy that said many times the economy always does better under Democrats. And he also said that when there's a government shutdown, it's ultimately the president's fault, not the House or the Senate. So yeah, he was a lifelong Democrat, and then he became a Republican just so he could be elected. Because no Democrats are gonna elect a guy like that morally bankrupt and disgusting. How? Tell me how. Don't start with the name calling, Henry, because I will look you up and find out exactly who you are and just destroy you all over YouTube since you're using your real name. Don't piss me off, fuckface. You don't know me. Believe me. Democrats are the party of slavery and Jim Crow. Here we go again. This is the Democrats of back then who are the now the Republicans of today. All right. There he goes. So he starts insulting Lucky. Oh yeah, no, it's not them insulting me and me insulting them back. Like you, for example. I didn't insult you, fuckface. You started insulting me. Now, you see, that's what makes you bitches all the same. You Republic cunts. All you fucking MAGA idiots. You start shit just like your leader. And then when people come back at you, you're like, oh, look at me, poor victim. Look what he's saying to me. He's making fun of me. Durr. Meanwhile, I wasn't saying anything about you. I don't even know who the fuck you are, nor do I care. You came into my chat and started talking shit. Democrats don't really have primaries. Oh, is that right? Okay, because I'm pretty sure they do. You still a Democrat? If so, good. Yes, they were all against Trump. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Anyone choosing a side is an idiot. It's a uniparty. No peasants matter. Well, listen, no peasant matters. It's there's a time maybe when you could have said that, but not anymore. Now there's two different parties fighting for two different things. I know, I know. What's up, Jersey girl? How you doing? Good to see you. When I see Trump, I want to throw up. Most people do. Democrats are the party of slavery and Jim Crow. See, comments like that is exactly why Trump said this.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about.
Smart Democrats of the party of slavery and Jim Crow. So just ignore the entire big switch, right? Just ignore that the two parties completely and totally switched platforms. You're just going to do that? Republicans, yeah. When we moved to Florida in 1976, Democrats were in the majority, same policies, different name. I don't know. I didn't live in Florida, but what new agenda is that? No, Captain Homer. No, of course not. I mean, there's some, but not really. Most people voted for Trump. No, most people didn't. Jesus Christ, Jason Staples. My God almighty. I mean, you guys really got to come here to get your news, I guess. Trump got about 49.7% of the vote. So the majority of people who voted for other people. The Dixiecrats are still Democrats. No, they're not. Thank you for that clip. What clip is that, Dwayne Curry? What clip? Trump admin complies with every rogue judge's illegal block until a higher court reverses the illegal order. That's not fascist, dictatorial, or authoritarian. That's complying with the law. Yeah, that's not true. No, he doesn't. What about Kilmar or Obrega Garcia? And what about these fucking the food stamps? He was supposed to release the contingency funds and all that. He never listens to fucking judges. There was never a big switch, except for the fact that there was. Yeah, except for that, you're right, 100%. Yeah. Like, isn't it funny that after Carter, no Democrats ever won the South ever again? Isn't that something? Wonder why that is. Because the South used to vote for Democrats. Yeah. You want to hear the story? Here, I'll play it for you guys since you're not familiar. Let's let Steve Bannon tell you.
It's pretty simple to explain. Basically, when Nixon was discovered having committed Watergate, people thought the Republican Party was washed up. But a clever staffer on in Nixon's White House came up with an idea for how to get more new Republican voters to replace all the people that were turned off by the corruption that had just been exposed, and perhaps save the party. His name was Lee Atwater. And he said, I know where there's all kinds of disgruntled white people. All you got to do is appeal to them over their anger about the end of Jim Crow and about school desegregation and about the Civil Rights Act. And these are the words that you'll say to kind of trigger them. Then we call these the racist dog whistles. And you will send a message to them that they are welcome in the Republican Party. And starting in the mid-70s to the mid-80s, there was a massive change in voter registration from Democrat to Republican on the part of all of these racists and lowlifes and ignorant people. At the same time, Trump started to have political ambitions. Now, it turns out Trump has an IQ of about 73. He barely functions as an adult. If it were not for the fact that his father gave him a lot of money, he wouldn't be able to function as an adult. Trump has less money now than he would have had if he'd just taken the money he got from his father and put it in an index fund in the stock market and just let it sit. But he's gradually played around with it all these years and lost it in all his lawsuits and so forth, and his 6 bankruptcies, and he has dissipated a fortune over his lifetime. Now, he's had the Russians for the last 20 years to bail him out, but ordinary people cannot be as dumb as Trump and still function. But Trump came out onto the public stage and started talking boldly like he wanted to do things politically and help the people of America, and he speaks like a third grader, because that's what somebody with an IQ of 73 talks like, even if they're an adult. Linguists have analyzed his speech, and they've made it plain. He speaks English at a third grade level. This energized dumb people, because for the first time they could understand a presidential candidate. And they said things like, oh, he speaks his mind. He's the first guy that doesn't use a bunch of fancy words and confuse me. Now I finally understand what he's saying. And of course, what he was saying was a lot of things they wanted to hear. They were the racist dog whistles. And so you had a beautiful alliance from their perspective of racists and stupid people. The lower 12% of the IQ distribution corresponds perfectly to Trump's supporters. Now, these people are so intelligent that there's actually a federal statute that prohibits their induction into military service. They didn't want to have a repeat, Congress didn't want to have a repeat of the McNamara's Morons incident from Vietnam, which is a notorious thing you can look up on your own. McNamara's Morons, it's called. Basically, we had a Secretary of Defense who had the idea that, hey, why don't we recruit low intelligence people, send them to war and see what happens. And what happened was they died in droves, and of course things got worse. And so they didn't want that to happen again, so they actually passed a law. You're not allowed to recruit and induct into military service the lowest 12% on the IQ range. But they're still allowed to vote, and Trump energized them. He made dumb people think that they finally understood politics. He made people strut around proud of themselves thinking that they had a grasp of the issues, because they could tell on some level that Trump wasn't much smarter than they were, but there he was, a big shot. So he seemed like a champion for them. Of course, all these people forget that they aren't rich. They didn't have a dad hand them the equivalent of $412 million. And they can't do the things that Trump does, and they can't get away with the things Trump has gotten away with. And even Trump himself is not going to get away with them indefinitely. But the stage has been set, and this is where we're at. Basically, we have a fanatical core of low intelligence voters that are solidly behind Trump. They will back him no matter what he does or says, because they don't care what he does or says. They just know he's their guy. They understand him. They like him. He talks to them in a way that they can comprehend, and they are fanatical in their support of him. He has given them what they see as dignity and strength. And then at the other end of the spectrum are smart people from all walks of life. I actually used to be a Republican myself. I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I know I'm not alone. I mean, millions of people who make sure that they turn out to vote against Trump used to be actual Republicans, because the Republican Party is now nothing but a loony bin of the very low intelligent. And there's just no way that you can be associated with them at all. So now it's going to be, some range of conservative to liberal Democrats again, except that it'll mean something different than it used to mean. I mean, those Democrats won't be conservative because they're racist garbage people from the South. They'll be conservative because they have some other philosophy about the role of the market or of private enterprise or something like that in the economy. At any rate, this is the problem we have. It's basically now just the very low intelligent versus the high intelligence. And the thing is going to be decided by undecided people who don't pay any attention. People in the middle that don't pay attention to politics, no matter whether the politicians are smart or dumb. They just show up on election day and try to do their best. Those are the people you have to reach. You have to get them interested.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
All right, so there you go. There was no big switch. You guys are so fucking stupid. And some asshole in here said Clinton won the South. No, he didn't. He won some southern states, fuckface. He didn't win the South. Like, in other words, sweep the South, like as an entire voting block. Dickhead. Nobody has since Jimmy Carter. Okay? So there was a big switch. And honestly, it took place much, much earlier, decades earlier. Than everything really than when everything really started to change. It was a gradual over decades, but in the 70s is when everything really changed completely. So you could say what you want, but there was a big switch. There's no denying it whatsoever. White Southern voters went from voting for Democrats to voting for Republicans. There you go. And the Republicans needed those white Southern voters, so they became the party of racism. That's just the way it is. I mean, guys, do you really want to argue it? Who's for the Confederate flag and who's against it? The Democrats, are they for it or are they against it? How about Republicans, for it or against it? What party does the KKK endorse? How about every white supremacist group in the nation? Who do they endorse, Democrats or Republicans? Okay, so yeah. Jesus. You people defended Biden by blaming Trump for everything. You Democrats are just stupid. It's fine when someone else does it, but when Trump does it, it's wrong. What is Trump doing that Biden did? Tell me. And by the way, what did we defend Biden for by blaming Trump? Do you mean like how Trump botched the pandemic by not taking it seriously and then destroying our entire economy, leaving office with 2.5 million less jobs than he entered office with, and a 14% unemployment rate? So yeah, as usual, the Republican fucks up the economy and the Democrat swoops in and fixes it. And that's what happened there. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I'm jealous of Trump's success. Yeah. Yep. I can defend Trump with one word: never. Well, that wouldn't really be a defense, but okay. Southerners like the Confederate flags. Of course, of course. F the Confeds and GOP. I agree. Democrats created the KKK. Apparently, Tony wasn't listening. It doesn't matter how much proof you show them, or even if you explain the whole big switch, they'll still just say that. You know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they were the Republicans of today were the Democrats of back then. Do you understand that? They switched platforms. All right. So if things were the way they are today, it would have been the Republicans that created the KKK. You understand? Jersey Girl 732-499. Everyone, please smash the like and subscribe. Also share the live. Yeah, out. Yes, thank you, Jersey Girl. And everybody, please hit the like button and subscribe. I keep forgetting for some reason, but it's very important. And if you can, send a super chat like Jersey Girl just did, or you could look in the chat there and find my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. I'd appreciate it. Oh my God, Sean Malloy. You guys, do you see? They just keep saying it over and over and over. There's no getting through to them. Once they've got a thought in their dumb fucking heads, there's no. Yeah, I know. There's no teaching them differently. The Democrat loony bin. Yeah, sure I am. Yeah. Well, because I know shit you don't know. Yeah, Rob Canton Jr. That's like, that's like saying all drugs are deadly and comparing marijuana to heroin or fentanyl. Okay. There's no politicians. There never has been and there never will be any as crooked as Donald Trump. So you can't put them all on the same shelf. Nope, they didn't switch, except for the fact that they did. You're 100% right. So dumb. They didn't switch. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that no SSG Jamesy, no. Isn't it funny that these people who are saying that the Republicans aren't the party of racism and that the Democrats are, they're racist. Like, you realize that, right? Like, they know themselves. They know they hate Mexicans, Muslims, black people. They're homophobic. They hate transgenders. Meanwhile, Democrats stand up for all these people. And they'll sit here and tell you that Republicans are not the racist people, Democrats are, even though it's the racist people telling you that. It's astonishing. Trump doesn't have one good fucking policy that helps the working class. So if you vote for him, chances are it has something to do with deporting Mexicans and nothing else. Not much else, So the economy is in the toilet. Inflation went up 2 to 3% since that pedophile took office. Gas prices are higher. Layoffs are happening left and right. They are the biggest suckers, and you can't tell them that. They'll never believe it. Oh yeah, De Niro. Yeah, De Niro is just another guy who's smarter than all of you. De Niro is one guy who can't be fucking tricked by a con man. Oh, thank you, the real Italian stallion. I appreciate that, man. How about Nancy? Who would that be exactly? Nancy who? Mace? Pelosi who? You know only what your Democrat propaganda media told you. The switch theory is possibly the most retarded theory in all of history. If you have brains, and even if you can see what's going on today in both parties, you would know that it's a fact. It's not even a theory. It's a fact. That's exactly what happened. Didn't you hear Steve just explain it to you? Don't make me play it again. The fact that you don't know that is what's astonishing. And I don't listen to propaganda media, so I don't know what you're talking about. You guys listen to Fox, not me. I know. They are. They only know Fox, 2 Fox News talking points. Yeah. Trump's economy works unless you live in a blue state. It's so funny that you have that completely opposite. Do you realize that the wealthiest people live in blue states and the poorest people live in red states? And that's an absolute fact. You know that out of the 100 top or the 100 poorest counties in America, 95 of them are red counties. You know that? So no, you're exactly wrong. Trump's horrible policies are going to disproportionately affect red states, not blue states. So it's the rural hospitals that are shutting down. It's all those SNAP recipients throughout those states, like Oklahoma, for example. 16% of the entire population is on SNAP, stuff like that. So, oh yeah, but Michael Anthony, yeah, but Trump is definitely the guy that that fucking lies through his fucking teeth and is completely and totally delusional and can't really put together a sentence to save his fucking life. He has to nickname his rambling the Weave because he literally speaks and thinks on a third grade level. Yeah. Yeah. The Biden and Kamala are the two where you thought, yeah, Kamala, the woman that went from Howard University to prosecutor to district attorney to attorney general to senator to vice president. Yeah, and then you got Biden that was in government 50 fucking years, wound up becoming president, whereas Trump was a slumlord, a business failure, a rapist. And what else? Oh, yeah, a reality TV show host. Yeah, he's definitely smarter than them. Of course they do. That's all they care about. I told you, the only thing he could do wrong in their eyes is to stop being racist, to stop talking shit about black people and everyone else, Muslims, and stop deporting Mexicans. That's it. Oh, it's manufactured. Yeah, because nobody actually feels in their heart hatred towards another race, right? It's just a fake thing that was made up. Trump is a fucking asshole. Yes, conspiracies are dangerous. He is. Uh, let me see. Let's see. This is TDS. Yeah, or it's just stuff you've never heard because you're in a right-wing media bubble and because you've never heard it before, you think I must be deranged or something. You know, it's not you people that are screaming, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, and buying hook, line, and sinker fake stories like Venezuelans are taking over apartment buildings in Colorado and shit like that. It's not you guys that sit there and believe Donald Trump when he says that his uncle taught the Unabomber in MIT, even though the Unabomber never went to MIT. Or you guys who believe Trump when he says he's going to lower prescription drug costs by 1,500%, which would mean the drug companies will be paying you to take drugs. It's not you guys who are deranged. It's definitely us, the people that read, learn, and do research. One specific, what do you mean? Go look at the Tax Cut and Jobs Act and the big, beautiful bill. The fuck you mean? Trump dancing in your head every day. Yeah, sure he is. Yeah. No one is actively lynching. Oh, so then it's all over then. Yep, that's it. Racism's gone. Nobody's actively lynching. Sure. Cry and lie is all you leftist hate mongers have. We don't lie. We don't lie. Trump stopped Obama from stealing folks' tax returns, hiding behind the Shared Responsibility Act. Yeah, no, he didn't. Please enlighten us with all your knowledge. Let them know that all the rich folks are behind the Democrats and the middle class behind the Republicans now. Window, do you have eyes and ears? Like, are you serious when you say that? Are you serious? Let me give you a little piece of information real quick. The fact that you can even say that, I already know you're stupid. What's scary is that you don't know. Hold on. I want to get a specific list. Off the top of my head, I can name Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Let's see what other ones there were. Let me see. His wife Priscilla, Jeff Bezos, his fiance Lauren Sanchez, Sundar Pichai, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Elon Musk. They were just some of the people sitting with Apple CEO Tim Cook and TikTok CEO, however the fuck you pronounce that. Those were just some of the people sitting with Trump at his fucking inauguration. So go ahead and tell me again how it's the middle class that votes for. Listen, the middle class votes Republican because they're uninformed. You've been conned into believing that they care about you, which is the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard. You know, but it ain't the fucking the billionaires voting for Democrats. Okay, that's been proven. It's and again, if they are, they're confused. So the fact that you think that is amazing. I mean, you got the richest man in the world bought the election for Donald Trump, $250 million. And you're like, yeah, all the billionaires are behind the Democrats. Oh, my God. No. If you say something I'm wrong about, I'll admit that I'm wrong. But I don't just come on here and spew my opinion. I'm not like you guys. You guys watch social media, you look at Facebook, you see memes that your friends posted, and you take that information as fact, and then you fucking spew it all over the place. I don't do that. I research things. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So you're not going to tell me I'm wrong about something I'm not wrong about. Go ahead, JGB, have a ball. He banned men from competing in women's sports. So an issue of there's about 550,000 NCAA athletes, and about seven or 10 of them are transgender. That's a big issue to you. That was worth voting a scumbag rapist into the White House. Okay, tells me how you feel about transgenders. It's really all it tells me. Oh, there's really no real racism. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, and meanwhile, this guy, I guarantee you, is racist. He just doesn't recognize it as racism. 514 people, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, 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 very important. Let me see the likes go up. Come on, goddammit. And subscribe to the channel. And if you can, my info is in the chat. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and my super chat button is down there. Especially if you want to get your comment read. It doesn't hurt to buy a super chat. I'll take an asshole over a meat suit. So you wouldn't describe Trump as a meat suit? The guy that's like 300 fucking pounds and his skin is literally hanging off his body. And now, he's got vein problems and his cankles are this big and he's got congestive heart failure and he has his hands are all bruised up all the time from all the blood draws they do on him and shit. Yeah, you're right. He's in perfectly good health. He's not a meat suit. No. Dolce Daddy, $2. ACA turns 15. That's why Trump wants to screw it. That's I didn't get it at first time. Yeah. He does love those teenagers, doesn't he? Thank you, Dolce Daddy, for the $2. That's hilarious. We're manipulated. Sure we are. Trump isn't one of the ultra rich with billions. Well, now he is. He really never was before, but now he is. So what's your point? I don't get it. He backs Democrats. What are you talking about? And by the way, he was never really that rich. You guys thought he was. He never really was. He used to fight with Wall Street Journal and all of their publications who would post his net worth because he always wanted to be worth more than he was. Although since he took office in January, not in 2017, in 2025, since he took office, he's accumulated 40% of his net worth just since then. $3.8 billion he's made off the office of the presidency so far. But I'm sure that doesn't bother you at all. You're still worried about Hunter Biden making a few bucks, right? Yeah, I'm sure. There is no debunking it. You can't debunk it. It's a fact. It's a fact. Still waiting for anyone to name a Trump tax cut for billionaires. Anyone? I just told you about some. What do you mean name a Trump tax cut for billionaires? It's called the Trump tax cut for billionaires. What do you mean, dickhead? They're in the fucking the bills. They're not specifically named. Holy shit. Stop putting that in the chat or you're going to get blocked. It's annoying the fuck out of me. Trump actually did what he said he was going to do. All right. Well, Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please, and donate if you can. He said he was going to release the Epstein files. He's refusing to do that. He said he was going to lower grocery prices on day one. Grocery prices are up. He said he was going to lower energy costs. Gas is up. Utilities are up. Okay. He said he's going to lower inflation. Inflation is up. He said he's going to lower unemployment. Unemployment is up. He says he's going to create tons of jobs. Meanwhile, while Joe Biden was averaging about 80,000 jobs a month, Trump has created about 500,000 in the last 10 months. He said he was going to build the wall and have Mexico pay for it. And now we're going back years. I could tell you a whole fuck ton of things he said he was going to do that he didn't do. Elon is the only rich person that voted Trump. Yeah, if you believe that, sure. Why wouldn't they vote for him? That's where they get their tax cuts, Trump. I'm sure that ballroom, that $300 million ballroom, I'm sure it's going to be filled with construction workers and cops and firefighters and teachers, not the richest people in the world. I'm sure. Look at this guy, DJ's World Truth. #1, Republicans voted for both civil rights acts at higher percentages than Democrats. Source, fact check, 1957 Civil Rights Act, House voted, yeah. And again, do you understand when I tell you? Do you understand with the video I played you? Anything? Do you understand when the big switch really took place in the 70s after all that? Do you realize that? Guys, how can you fucking deny it? Are you kidding me? You guys hate Democrats because you think Democrats help black people and Mexicans, but you think Democrats are the party of racism. You guys, the Klan, again, supports the Republicans and endorses them. So does every white supremacist organization in the country. The Republicans are the ones that fought to keep fucking Confederate flags up at fucking Capitol buildings in their states and shit. Meanwhile, the Confederate flag was the flag of slavery. Are you guys fucking for real? When you say that, DJ's World, are you fully retarded? Are you kidding me? Holy shit. You guys want food stamps to go away because you think it's only black people on them. And you think it's the fucking the Republicans that are the ones that are all for race equality and stuff. Sure. Equal rights, yeah. Unbelievable. When you guys say that, I seriously got to question if you have any brain cells in your dumb fucking heads. Guys, please hit the like. Please hit the like button and subscribe very, very much. There's 624 people watching right now. There's also my information in the chat for Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, and the super chat button. Thank you. Did I get everybody's super chats? Let me see. Dolce Daddy, $2. Trump made racism fashionable again. Well, of course, yeah. Go look at these young influencer girls that a few days ago were dressing for Halloween, whatever. That they dressed in blackface and they were talking like they were from the hood and stuff, and they were saying horrible things about black people while pretending to be black people. Go look at who they voted for. Let me see here. The smug ingredient of your attempts to appear to debunk claims and address your contradictions. The grin is entertaining because I see it and realize you're anxious to be adequately persuasive. Who wrote that for you? One of your kids or something? Yeah. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. You're going to get blocked if you say something I don't like. No. There's two rules. If you come in here just throwing insults, you're not saying anything productive or engaging in conversation, or if you're spamming the chat, that's what you get blocked for. Groceries are down. No, they're up. You can Google it right now. Gas is up some places. It's down some places. You could check that out too, and it's going up. Inflation is also going up. Utilities are up pretty much everywhere. Yeah, sure they are. Yeah, you've been everywhere, Jungle Juice? Okay. Gas was $9.06 2 years ago. $9.06 gas was. All right. Again, another thing that doesn't matter, because you know what I'll come back at you with? Why doesn't Trump release them? There you go. I'm going to go the whole way to the bottom. Why doesn't Trump release them? God damn, I was that far behind? Holy shit. You're free to good it yourself. Groceries did go down. No one said they would go down everywhere or they would stay down. No. Only Donald Trump. He said, I will lower the cost of groceries on day one. He literally ran on it. Remember, maybe you didn't see the clip where he actually thought that he invented the word groceries, and he said he ran on the word groceries. It's a word I came up with. He said groceries. Yeah. He said he was going to lower the price of groceries. Groceries are up. So the fact that interest rates are down is not indicative of a good economy. You understand that? Yes, grocery prices are up. As of most recent data, September 2025, prices for food at home were 2.7% higher than they were a year prior. Year-over-year increase from September 2024 to September 2025, the food at home index rose by 2.7%. Prices increased by 0.3% from August to September. Long-term grocery store prices have soared more than 25% in the past 5 years since the pre-pandemic era. Meat, poultry, fish, and eggs are up 5.2%. Beef and veal are up 13.9%. Non-alcoholic beverages are up 5.3%. Sugar and sweets were 5.3% higher in August 2025 than in August 2024. So there's that. Trump is a PDF file. Yes, he is. This is why Comey under investigation. Don't worry. He's not under investigation. I believe they already indicted him. Okay. And Trump ordered that of the DOJ. They weren't just going to do that. Maybe you didn't see a couple of weeks ago, Trump posted because he thought he was sending a private message to Pam Bondi, but he accidentally put it on Truth Social like the asshole that he is because he's fucking demented. He put on there that Pam Bondi, what are you doing? How come Comey and Bolton and Letitia James, and how come they're not being indicted yet? You're making us look weak. And within days, they were all getting indicted. So, and it'll be a vindictive prosecution. Letitia James already filed, to have the case dismissed under vindictive prosecution. That's what it is, or because of, and that's what'll happen. Because even judges ain't going to go along with this shit. Eggs are down. I agree. Eggs are down. Eggs do not. That's not groceries. That's eggs. That's an aspect of groceries. That's one component of groceries. All right, this dude, yeah. Well, that's because Word Daddy prices go up. Prices will always go up. That's why I wouldn't even say shit about grocery prices being up now, because I know that prices go up. They don't come down generally. Okay. But you guys swore for 4 fucking years that gas was up because of Biden, even though Biden can't make the gas prices go up, just like Trump can't make them go up or down. It's OPEC. Okay. I don't know if you know what that is, but you blamed Biden for the high cost of groceries, which is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard in my life. Trump is the festering carcass of American rot. That's right, Dolce Daddy. Thank you for the $2. I got one too. Yeah, I hope it's the same one, but I doubt you'd be saying it. He said he was going to release his tax returns. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, I've seen him. Yep. Why did people like you play teams when both parties have withheld the Epstein files because one party ran on it. Biden didn't run on releasing the Epstein files. That was not a Democrat issue. That was a Republican issue. It was Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, those two fucking lunatics, pushing that shit. They were the two biggest podcasters pushing the Epstein files. And you know what they said? Kash Patel, who is now the director of the FBI, he said this was under Biden. The Department of Justice has the files and can release them whatever they want. And that still is true today. The Department of Justice has those files and can release them whenever they want. Trump ran on it. But here's the thing. I'll tell you why it don't matter, Scribbles. Because right now, there's two things happening. The Democrats are doing everything in their power to get those files released as soon as possible. And the Republicans are doing everything in their power to keep them from being released. That's why the government is shut down right now, for fuck's sake. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, that's not why people don't fly the Confederate flag because of the Dukes of Hazzard. You know that. Please. Yeah, we just established the egg thing. Yep. But you think eggs means groceries. I just read it to you. I ain't even gotta keep arguing. I just read it to you. Then why weren't you crying about it then? Again, it wasn't an issue anybody was worried about. And we have more information now and more stuff is available now. That's a fact. Okay. Plus, we know now that the president of the United States is in those files because Pam Bondi sat Trump down in May and told him he's in the files. She told him he's in the files, and they assigned a bunch of FBI agents to redact his name. And then they came out just a couple of months after Pam Bondi said, the list is on my desk and I'm reviewing it as we speak. It'll be out soon. A couple of months after they came out and said, what Epstein list? There is no Epstein list. And between those two events was when Pam Bondi sat Trump down and said, you're on the Epstein list or in the files. I'm sorry. So, it's kind of important now. Look, and you'll just keep saying they could have released them under Biden, but they can release them under Trump. You know why that argument, you don't see why it doesn't work for you? They can release them under Trump. Why won't Trump release them? Go ahead, tell me. I'll wait. Why won't Trump release them? Yeah, sure, Tony. Yeah, he's definitely dumber than Trump, right? Sure. Look, you see why you repulse people, how disgusting you are? God forbid. Trax, I hope you don't have a daughter. Oh my God, I hope you don't have a daughter. You're such a fucking pig. I swear to God. And Biden is not in the files that we know of. There's no proof that he is. There's proof Trump is. As for Kamala knee pads Harris, you're too stupid to even realize that your theory about Kamala sucking her way or sleeping her way to the top is literally impossible, considering that almost every position she's held in her professional career was an elected position. So sorry that didn't work out for you, No, that's not true, Derek James. No, there's like 300,000 pages and about 40-something thousand have been released. That's it. There's hundreds of thousands of pages that haven't been released yet. Derek James, do you not know that they're fighting over this as we speak? You don't know? You don't see Mike Johnson being asked about this every day and Trump still being asked about it and Caroline Leavitt? If the files are all out there, why is anybody talking about it? But Biden, yeah, they can't. And look, I literally have it up on the show. Can you defend Trump without mentioning Biden? Then you say Trump won't release the Epstein files, and they say, why didn't Biden release the Epstein files? And they say we have Trump on our minds 24/7. Yeah, it's not Biden isn't like embedded in your brains or anything. How come all your MAGA pastors are going to jail for kiddie porn and child molesting? Yeah, like Trump's spiritual advisor. Yeah, why is that? I wonder. Well, it's so funny too because they think the Republican. They always say Democrats. Like I got this guy Carmine that he just emails me randomly and hopes he'll talk about Democrats are the party of gays and all this shit, right? Meanwhile, if you look up how many Republican gay sex scandals there have been, just recently, even way, way, way outnumbers Democrats. Republicans are actually gayer, just closeted. That's all. Look, they crash Grinder every time they go to have an event in some town. They crash Grinder there. Ah, see that? See, this is somebody who learned. Very good. Glad to hear you say that. All the fakest. Uh Biden pen pardoning those kid rapers. Okay, can you name one? Tell me which one he pardoned. And by the way, you can't use the auto pen thing anymore. You want to know why? Because no, you're just looking at it that way because you're gay. Nathan's outside. You see what I mean? I would never look at how a guy's putting on chapstick and get any impression of of anything. Like I would just be like, oh, the dude's putting on chapstick. But you're like, we know, bro. We know. Anyway, yeah. No, you're right. Donald Trump's speeches are better when he rambles incoherently over and over again about sharks and electric boats and fucking like Hannibal Lecter and Al Capone and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely way more exciting than Kamala's. Anyway, Joe Biden never came out and said, "I have no idea who I pardoned." Not when it comes to one pardon or thousands of pardons. Trump just said like 4 or 5 nights ago on 60 Minutes, when asked about the CEO of Binance that he just pardoned like a week ago. When asked about it, he said, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know who the guy is. So there goes your auto pen fucking narrative, because Donald Trump actually admitted to pardoning somebody who he's not even aware of. So because Joe couldn't talk. Yeah, you're right. He was never able to talk during his entire 4 years. Completely unable to talk. Yep. That's according to you. I mean, that's your opinion. That's okay. No. But I do like that you'll admit that his interview was edited because it was. He insisted that it be edited, just like all his interviews. But no, I watch things in full context. And I could play it for you right now if you want. Donald Trump has no fucking idea who he pardoned, according to him. We all know, though. Of course, he knows who he pardoned because the guy was able to secure a $2 billion investment into Donald Trump's stupid company, World Liberty Financial. That's why he got a pardon, because Trump can be bought. He's selling a lot of pardons lately. But the reason he said, I don't know who the guy is, I don't know, is because of that, because it's pay to play. The guy gets him a $2 billion investment in his company. Boom, he gets a pardon. So that's why he's denying it. But according to him, he doesn't know. So there goes his auto pen narrative. What happens when Dems take the midterms? If they take the midterms, it'll be one of the greatest days in American history. Yeah, no, I don't know what all those speeches I was watching were then. I wonder, maybe that was all AI. Why? You want to see the clip where Donald Trump said, I don't know who I pardoned? You want to? Yeah. Can I please talk about ham? No. What about free stuff? Trump didn't personally know the guy. The guy got Trump a $2 billion investment into World Liberty Financial. I don't know that he personally knew him, but it doesn't matter. The guy did something for him, you know? Plus, not only that, but you know, the guy is also laundering money through Binance for terrorists and pedophiles and everything else. He's a horrible guy. Not to mention that he uh oh shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh, he pleaded guilty to his crimes. So he didn't just get railroaded or convicted because of a Biden witch hunt or some shit. No, no, no. He pleaded guilty to his crime. So he's guilty. Let's see here. That's just music. Oh, I'm gonna give it a shot, but we begin this hour with the rising stakes on this day 34 of the government.
Some good news. Restarted. Asked him about his latest pardon. A billionaire. He's a founder of cryptocurrency exchange Binance. He's known as CZ. He pled guilty back in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws, but then his company helped to boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial.
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty Financial's stablecoin. And then you pardoned CZ. How do you address the appearance of pay for play?
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
But you got a
only
pardon.
tell you that.
But you got a
No,
pardon.
I can only tell you this. My sons are into it. I'm glad they are because it's probably a great industry, crypto. I think it's good. You know, they're running a business. They're not in government.
His son's in worldly.
okay, so how's it taken out of context? I could also show you the press conference where he was asked and he said, I don't even know who the guy is. I don't even know who the guy is. Doesn't matter the news, Anubis, because it's him saying it. Do you understand? Like if I showed you a report on something, you could say, yeah, but who's the source? But if I show you Trump saying things with his own words, you're still worried about who's like reporting the video? Because you can go watch 60 fucking minutes. They didn't edit that part out. What they edited out is that she kept pushing him, and it's in the transcript, the full transcript of the interview. She kept pushing him and saying, well, isn't this pay to play? And he got pissed off and said, well, if you're going to keep asking me this stuff, I'm going to leave. I don't want to be asked these questions. So they edited that part out. But you can go watch 60 minutes and see what I just showed you. Watch nonpartisan people, idiot. Donald Trump with his own words. You're saying that that's not a good enough source. I just want to get that clear, Jared. Donald Trump with his own words is not a good enough source? Just making sure. You guys will twist yourselves into knots. For real. I'll play it again just because I had the background noise on. Let me see. I don't want to do that. Fuck it. I'll just do it from my phone again.
The appearance of pay for play.
Last night. She also asked him about his latest pardon. A billionaire. He's a founder of cryptocurrency exchange Binance. He's known as CZ. He pled guilty back in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws, but then his company helped to boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial.
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty Financial's stablecoin. And then you pardoned CZ. How do you address the appearance of pay for play?
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
But you got a pardon. But you got a pardon.
I can only tell you this. My sons are into it. I'm glad they are because it's probably a great industry, crypto. I think it's
So this dickhead not only says, I don't know who I pardoned. I have no idea who he was. Basically, but he then goes on to admit that his sons are in business with the guy. His sons, one of which, by the way, he just gave a $3 billion government contract to. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sure they threatened his family. I'm sure. Oh, did they? I'm not surprised. Yes, he did. CBS News is his source. No. Mark Butler. No. I didn't just show you CBS News. I showed you Donald Trump saying it with his own words. You guys can't get out of it. It's Trump saying it with his own words. Holy shit, guys. You're that retarded?
He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws. The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
okay. Are you ready? I don't know who he is.
The latest pardon was for cryptocurrency type.
I don't know who he is. Where did my thing go? Now, that wasn't CBS. There you go. That was some independent channel that took the clip directly from 60 Minutes. I know they are. It's disturbing. It really fucking is, man. He hasn't been convicted for anything. Who hasn't, Mark Butler? Who? Trump can pardon anyone. Of course he can. And that's why he sells pardons. Yeah. He's going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. And this guy, DJs, whatever the fuck his name is, I can't even find him now. He said something like he gave a typical answer any politician would give. No, not any politician would say that they have no idea who they pardoned. No. So that's what they try to do. They try to make it, they can't defend them. So they're like, that's what every politician would do. They'd give the same answer. No, they wouldn't. If Obama or Biden actually came out and said, I have no idea who I pardoned, you guys would be, you'd have your pitchforks out. You'd be trying to get them removed under the 25th fucking amendment. Yes, I know. I'm fully aware. Yeah, they do. No. What did he do illegal? Tell me what he did illegal specifically, Mark Butler. I want to hear. Tell me. Tell me, please. Oh, yeah. TDS. Or they get sued because Trump is a fucking bully who sues people into submission, basically, makes them pay him for shit, just like he's about to do with his own Department of Justice. He wants $250 million from the Department of Justice. I was streaming when Biden was president. I wasn't doing these particular lives, but I was doing different types of politics shows on my channel. I was. Pardoning Hunter, for one, that's not illegal, fuckface. And Donald Trump pardoned his son-in-law. Or his son-in-law's father. So, and he could pardon his son, and he probably most likely will at some point. So that's not illegal. So you said that Biden broke the law. What did he do? What the fuck does that mean, Zeke? What? Ugh. Why? I'll debate any of you motherfuckers right now, and you won't beat me. Any of you. You can talk about Biden all day. It don't matter. I'll still demolish you. He was allowed to do it, though, Soto. And he wasn't the only one. Abraham Lincoln fucking pardoned like his sister-in-law or some shit. And fucking Bill Clinton. I think maybe his sister. I forget with Lincoln. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's not the first to do it. And he can do it. And he did it, Soto, because Kash Patel said, I'm going to prosecute Hunter Biden by any means necessary, even if I have to create a crime. So Biden wasn't going to just let his son be fucking tortured. No way. And Trump wouldn't have either. He sued CBS for doing exactly what they made him do to his interview. Yep. What he made them do to his interview. Yes. Exactly. What they just did. He made them edit it. And that's what he sued them for. 60 Minutes, same thing. He sued them for editing Kamala's interview, but now he just forced them to edit his interview. Voted for that says a lot. As opposed to Donald Trump, Zika Neva, what are you? You're a real stupid bitch, aren't you? Like, lost all credibility. Sure. You're a Trump supporter, you asshole. Do you realize this fucking guy is a lifelong con man, documented racist, cheated on every wife he ever had, failed at the majority of his businesses, stiffed fucking union workers who built his casinos, bankrupted businesses and left employees fucking hanging without even fucking paying them. Got convicted of 34 felonies, found civilly liable for sexual assault, impeached twice. Did I say cheated on all his wives, by the way, including his current wife, who he was cheating on with a porn star while she was pregnant with their first child? How about that? The guy that can barely form a coherent sentence, speaks on a third grade level, according to linguists who have studied him, rated the worst president in history by 136 presidential scholars. You sure you want to die on that hill, dummy? Yeah, sure. Yep. Did he shower with his daughters? He's been trying to fuck Ivanka since she was a little girl. There's clips of him from Howard Stern talking about how, here, you guys want to see something? I'll play something just for you guys. Where is it exactly? Is it this one?
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this blood yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I stayed there with no sweat.
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
You are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
How's that? AI. Yeah, no, none of it's AI. I could find any of those clips for you right now. It's not AI, but see what you guys gotta see or gotta say when you're proven fucking wrong, when you're proven that your scumbag leader is a fucking pedophile. See? You're so fucking stupid. Yeah, if you want to call it that, sure, but that's literally not what happened. He was withholding funding, unless he got a favor. I'll send it to you then. I know I am, but I do it for a good reason. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. And why don't you fucking donate? Come on. Especially guys that agree with me. Jesus. Contribute to the show a little bit. I'd appreciate it. And JB lived on the American teeth for 50 years. And JB lived on the American teeth. I got to say, Soto, that's the first time I ever heard that. Oh, see, there you go. Now and any of your Democratic presidents never did any wrong in their presidency. Nothing like Trump. Nope. You don't even know the details to that. All she simply said is there was showers that were inappropriate. And then she said she felt sexually exploited or something by a family member at their home. And she was talking about a female relative, not her dad. She also welcomed her dad at the DNC. She brought him on stage and introduced him. And she's with him all the time. She loves him to death. I want to see some of these comments since I started playing that, because you guys are so full of shit. I want to call you out. Oh yeah, no shit. Somebody said something about fuck me. I can't remember now. I want to get to some of these comments because I want to make you all look stupid. Trump admitted to walking in dressing rooms of Miss Teen USA pageant contestants. Yes. Oh, there you go. Dear Lord fucktard. Clinton on actual island. How many times? 0 that we know of. I'll tell you what. Find me one credible source that says Clinton was on the island, and I'll look it up right now. Because you guys just hear that. Do you realize that there's the exact amount of proof that Trump was on the island, which is 0? Clinton was in the flight logs, and so was Trump. Trump was in there 8 times. So there's no proof that neither of them were on the fucking island. Okay? But if you want to say Clinton, all I ask is that you show me the source, and I'll look it up right now, and everybody can see it. What the fuck? Why did my shit get like this? There we go. I've never seen it, but I would pretty much guarantee that it is Jason Cougar, of course. I would pretty much guarantee that. No, he was not on the flight log. Yeah, he was on the flight log 8 times. Go look it up. Go look it up. All you got to do is use your Google fingers. Go ahead. It'll take a second. Show you proof of what, Rob Gotti? Oh, my God. Is your last name seriously Gotti? Ugh. Are you a MobTube person? Tell me the truth. Don't lie. Trump actually helped a lot of black women that were going through real tough times, pretty much homeless, and Trump took them into the Trump Towers rent-free, and they ain't got no complaints. That is you literally just pulled that story right out of your ass. Show me the fucking source, the credible source. I'll look it up right now. That is complete and total fucking bullshit. What? He got sued by Nixon's Justice Department for refusing to rent to black people. Where did you can't be for real. Oh my God. Clinton in a dress. What's that? Yeah, I never heard of it either. It's not a thing. People want to act like Clinton being on the island erases Trump's ties to Epstein. Clinton wasn't on the island as far as we know. I mean, he might have been, but we have no proof that he was. No more proof than we do that Trump was there. I'll tell you what, Rob Gotti, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to tell me. All right, yeah, fuck it. You said it too many times. Blocked. I told you, tell me what proof you want to see, but I'm not going to let you spam the chat. Get the fuck out of here with the bullshit. I hope you're talking to them. What do you mean? What evidence specifically, and stand on what in court, or in court for what? What do you mean? I mean, he was found civilly liable for sexual assault. That evidence stood in court. 9 Epstein flights, 97 times pleading the fifth to 34 felony convictions, 91 criminal charges, 26 sexual assault allegations, 6 bankruptcies, 5 draft deferments. That's right. Deferments. What did I say? What are you talking about? You talking about Bill Clinton in a dress? I'll look it up right now. The artist who painted Jeffrey Epstein's portrait of Bill Clinton in a dress, that's what you're talking about, a portrait, not an actual picture. What about it? How about there's text messages from Jeffrey Epstein to Elon Musk saying, hey, when are you going to come visit us at the island? This is proof that he has a picture of Bill Clinton in his house, who was a fucking president of the United States. It doesn't mean Clinton was there. And quite honestly, if Clinton was there, I don't give a fuck. Let Clinton go to jail too. I don't care about Bill Clinton. Zero. I care literally zero about Bill Clinton. But I'm not going to let you bullshit. You're not going to say that somebody who was on the flight logs with Trump was at the island, but Trump wasn't. Because, again, and there's no proof either of them were ever at the island. But you're just pulling that out of your ass. Because there is no such fucking proof. Look. Is there proof Bill Clinton was on Epstein's island? There is no definitive proof, such as flight logs, photos, or admissions that Bill Clinton was ever on Jeffrey Epstein's private island. Here is a summary of the evidence regarding Bill Clinton's association with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, it says no flight logs. No flight logs, court documents, and flight records, pilot logs do not contain any evidence of on record of Clinton flying to the island. There you go. Okay. Was Donald Trump on Epstein's flight logs? Ready, guys? You're going to get real triggered. Yes, Donald Trump's name appeared in the official passenger flight logs for Jeffrey Epstein's private planes on at least 7 or 8 separate occasions between 1993 and 1997. The logs indicate flights between New York, New Jersey, and Florida. On some of these flights, Trump was accompanied by his then-wife Marla Maples and his daughter Tiffany, or his son Eric. The flight logs do not contain the ages of the passengers, and there is no public evidence or accusations in the court records that Trump was involved in any of Epstein's. Well, that's not true, because Trump was accused by Katie Johnson of raping her with Jeffrey Epstein. So there you go. Just like I said, Trump is on the Epstein files or in the Epstein flight logs, and so is Clinton. But there's no proof either of them were ever, Clinton either. No, I already told you that. I already told you. There's no proof either of them went to the island. They're just both. And this says Bill Clinton's not on the flight logs. So let me check this out, because that would be devastating to you, motherfuckers. Was Bill Clinton on Epstein's flight logs? I thought he was. Yes, Bill Clinton's name appears in Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. According to a 2019 statement from his spokesman, Bill Clinton took 4 trips on Epstein's private plane for humanitarian work related to the Clinton Foundation between 2002 and 2003. His staff and Secret Service detail were present on every leg of the trip. Every leg of every trip. I'm sorry. Flight records published by Gawker in 2015 and later reported by Fox News in 2016 suggested Mr. Clinton may have taken more flights than his spokesman stated, possibly at least a dozen or up to 26 individual flights. So that's just something that Fox News reported. Clinton was listed as a passenger on both domestic and international flights, including to Africa, Europe, and Asia. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associate, was listed as a passenger on some of these flights. Mr. Clinton has never been linked by prosecutors to any of the accusations against Epstein and has stated he had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes. So, sure did what, Soto? You don't believe what I just read you? Sure did what? Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you this, Stan Durko. Donald Trump is the one that likes to talk about other men's cocks, like Arnold Palmer, and he likes to talk about how muscular military men are and all that weird shit. So, yep, from humanitarian reasons. Yep. Yes, he's on the flight log. That's why they won't release the files. If any Democrat was in the files, they would have released them for their talking points. That's why they won't release the files. If any Democrat was in them, they would have. Well, I guess, but except for the fact that Trump's in them, in the Epstein files, like a lot. I don't know. I don't watch South Park. You got no facts, just talk. Except for the ones I just read you. If MAGA actually used Google, release the Epstein files. That's right. It's up to Trump to do it. Both sides are corrupted. Any other opinion is just tribalism, like blood versus Crip, red versus blue. Republicans and Democrats are two sides of a coin that should no longer be currency. So listen, Trump supporters went berserk for years that Joe Biden might have received some payments that were illegit somehow, that he got from his family who was using his name to do business. They went ballistic. Donald Trump has now received $3.8 billion from his crypto coin. And he had an event at Mar-a-Lago, okay, for the 200 top investors, and they all showed up in masks anonymously. Now, if there's any comparison to you, you are out of your fucking mind. There has never been corruption seen like this ever. And I had a guy in here I was debating once, and he was like, they all show up to those things like that with masks on. Every crypto event. Saying, no, they don't. They showed up with masks on because they're foreign leaders and stuff like that who were bribing Trump. They literally bought access to Trump. He had a fucking event for them at Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God. He said MAGA a bunch of times. Oh my God, guys. I don't think I can go on with the show. My feelings are hurt. He was friends with him for 10 years, best friends. Jeffrey Epstein said that in an interview. Okay. And he met Melania through Epstein, and he fucked Melania for the first time ever on Epstein's jet. Yeah. Yeah. So that was only over no, grower, not shower. I'm not going to let you get away with that. They were personal friends. There's videos of them hanging out in clubs and laughing and joking and pointing out girls. There's tons of pictures of them at different events together. They were not even in business together. You show me what business they had with each other. They were just best friends. If you would have said rich people hang out with each other, sure. But it had nothing to do with business. And he only distanced himself because of a real estate deal, not because Epstein's a pedophile. That's just a rumor. That's bullshit. It's documented. He separated from Epstein because Epstein was suing him for screwing him on a fucking real estate deal. Many people rode on Epstein's plane like Bill did for humanitarian-ish, but Trump's history is a lot deeper than flightless. They don't care. They love pedos for like Trump. Yes. Wow, that's interesting. Well, I hope they win the lawsuits. Soto, $10. Love you, bro. Same to you, Soto. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $10. Was she 12? Who? I don't know who you mean. Epstein's lawyer, the one that was his lawyer when he was killed, said Epstein had nothing on Trump. That was a get out of jail free card, and dude was killed. Epstein's lawyer said that. Why would we believe Epstein's lawyer? Just out of curiosity. Because let me tell you something that just happened. And again, this is something you can look up. Who was 13? Who are you talking about? Anyway, so when Michael Wolff interviewed Jeffrey Epstein, Michael Wolff says that Jeffrey Epstein said, hold on, I want to show you something. And he went and grabbed a couple of pictures. One of the pictures was of Trump and a bunch of girls of, indeterminate age. They don't know how old they were, but they looked underage. And they were naked and they were standing around Trump laughing at a wet spot on his pants. Now, if you were to say, yeah, but that's bullshit, is there any proof? I would say, you're probably right. I don't know of any proof until a couple of weeks ago when Pam Bondi was being questioned by Congress. And they said, this picture that Michael Wolff said is out there. Does the Department of Justice have this picture of Trump with these young girls? You know what she did? Guess what she did? Go ahead, tell me. What do you think she did? She literally sat there silent. Then they said, Miss Bondi, does that picture exist? Was it taken in the raids? Does the Department of Justice have it? She refused to answer. You know why? Because that picture does exist. She has it. And if she would have said no, she would have been committing perjury. So she just didn't say anything. So yeah, now there's proof that picture exists. Oh my God, that motherfucker lies about everything. I could tell you about shit right now. I mean, Well, we might not, but we might. We'll see. Grower, not shower. Who knows, man? Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if I believe the records still exist. I wouldn't doubt if Trump destroyed them all, but we don't know. I'm surprised the right is fine with him barring queers from owning guns. Aren't they all about gun rights? Yeah, but they're all against queers. You know what I mean? They don't care. They care about their guns. Trump put Epstein in jail. Us versus Clinton got Epstein a sweetheart deal. Wow. That's another thing that you guys have been doing this throughout the show, but you literally just pulled that out of your ass. Trump did not put Epstein in jail. Trump did not even talk to the police or FBI about Epstein. That's not true. You can look it up right now. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Trump simply, and somebody mentioned this earlier, but they made it seem like it was a big deal. It was not a big deal. In 2009, Trump, I forget his name, Brad something, the lawyer that was defending Epstein's victims was going to subpoena a bunch of people, but he called them first. And he said Trump is one of the only people that answered without being subpoenaed. And Trump helped them, but he didn't say in what way. So that's it. And that wasn't any kind of, I don't think that was the criminal case. I think it was civil. Yeah, he did. He actually did. That's not the real truth, but yeah. And yeah, this thing, yeah. If Biden's guilty of something, if Clinton's guilty of something, put them all in jail. If you're a pedo, you belong in fucking jail. That's why it says what it does above my head, yeah. And it still didn't stop them. Because he was the one trying to get Epstein released, bro. Who, Trump? Maybe you're talking about Trump. I don't know who you could be talking about. But what was the other part of that ridiculous comment about, Clinton? Clinton cut a sweetheart deal with Clinton. You know, Clinton has been out of office since 2001, right? January of 2001. That Epstein's case wasn't even until like 2008. So how did Epstein cut? No, you want to know who cut Epstein a sweetheart deal? He is now in charge of what the fuck is it? The Department of, let me see. He's Donald Trump's friend, the one that cut Epstein the sweetheart deal. And he is now, who is the prosecutor that cut Epstein a sweetheart deal and is now in the Trump administration? Alexander Acosta. At the time of the plea deal, Acosta was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida in 2017. President Trump appointed him as the U.S. Secretary of Labor, a position he held into his resignation in July 2019. I thought he was still in some position, maybe not, but he was. U.S. Department, or what is it? I can't think tonight. Secretary of Labor, whatever. Okay, so that was the guy who cut Epstein the sweetheart deal. Yep. That didn't work out for you guys, did it? Oh shit. I agree, but I mean, again, I just don't think there's an equivalence between Biden and Trump or the Democrats and Republicans anymore. I just think they're different. Oh, that's what's up, man. Enjoy. I'm trying to quit. Clintons used their political power to get Epstein out of jail with a sweetheart deal. And if you're right, then it's just something I don't know about, but I'll check. Did the Clintons help get Epstein a sweetheart deal? No documentary evidence has emerged to show that the Clintons helped Jeffrey Epstein get a sweetheart deal. The 2008 non-prosecution agreement was brokered by then U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta and Epstein's legal team, which included high-profile lawyers like Kenneth Starr and Jay Lefkowitz. Relationship to Epstein. Former President Bill Clinton knew Jeffrey Epstein and traveled on his private jet for humanitarian trips in early 2000s. A spokesperson for Bill Clinton stated in 2019 that he knows nothing about the terrible crimes Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to in Florida some years ago, or those which he has been recently charged in New York. So there you go. It's Trump's boy, Alex Acosta. That's who gave him the sweetheart deal. The Clintons had nothing to do with it because, of course, they didn't. Why would they do that? The guy was, found guilty of being a pedophile. You think the Clintons are going to be like, well, we got to get him out of jail? Come on, man. Yeah, so no, Tom Curtis. We just established there's absolutely zero proof that he went to the island. And if he did, so did Trump, because the only proof is that Clinton, like I just read, was on Epstein's flight logs, and Trump was too. Except Clinton had the Secret Service with him every time he was on the fucking plane for every leg of every trip. I just read that to everybody. So I'm sorry I'm destroying your narrative, guys. I'm sorry that I'm throwing these facts your way, but this is what I do. This is what I do. Oh, yeah, sure. Who? Regular Trump supporters? How do you treat gay people and trans people? Yeah, right. They already released the files. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They absolutely did not. Are all of the Epstein files released yet? No, all it talks about is the ones that were released, the 40-something thousand pages. Oh, 33,295 pages. There's still a couple of 100,000 pages yet. I don't think that's denied by anybody, not even Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi said a few months ago she has the list on her desk. That's what she said. There's hundreds of thousands of pages that haven't been released yet. That's why Pam Bondi sat Trump down in May and said, listen, your name is in the Epstein files numerous times. And then they assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name. That goes to show you how many fucking times his name was in the files. But I guess when you got hundreds of thousands of pages, you might need that many. So anyway, what did Jane say? I don't even see a Jane. Where's Jane? Only the Dems care suddenly. No, it's not. It's not sudden at all. I always wanted the Epstein files released. And Trump is in office right now, so why won't he do it? Why won't he do it? He's in office right now. Again, if you see what that says up there, can you defend Trump without mentioning Biden? Trump is the leader of the free world right now. He has complete control over this. You guys think he's your king. Trump supporters do. Trump cheated on Melania just after she gave birth to Barron. I thought she was still pregnant with him, but yeah. He's a great guy, isn't he? He said he would release. Who said he would release what? Was the FBI fighting crime while redacting proof of Trump's BS? He makes us less secure. Probably not. Oh, it's Bill Gates that's the issue. Got it. Epstein was a major Democrat contributor, just like Diddy. Most people on the list are Democrats. That's literally just you saying that. Show me the proof. Show me the proof. Because I study this shit and I don't know of a single one. So show me. Tell me. Where do I get this credible information from? Because let me tell you something. There's one thing you cannot deny unless you're just an asshole. Right now, the Democrats are fighting their asses off to get the Epstein files released, and the Republicans are doing everything in their power to keep them hidden. So how do you explain that? No. You guys do. You guys will follow anything. If he raped a woman on national TV tomorrow live and then performed a back alley abortion on her with a coat hanger, you guys would tell us why it was great for America. You guys you're brainless. Biden has had the Epstein files for 4 years when he was president, and they couldn't find anything or leak anything. Biden, you think Biden had them like in his desk drawer? The Department of Justice had them, and he's not like Trump. He didn't run the Department of Justice. He was the president. The DOJ was a separate entity. So, no. Trump is in the files. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. That's why Pam Bondi told him he's in the files. And that's why Congress is shut down right now because I'm so tired. Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear in Adelita Grijalva because she'll be the 218th signature on the discharge position, and that might get the Epstein files released. Thanks, Ducks. Not any real good donations on this one, but hey, I don't care. Anything you guys donated, awesome to me. I don't care if it's $1. Oh, look at that. I missed one. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because I don't want to fuck it up. 199. What does MAGA look like in 2028 without Trump? Thank you for the 199. I don't think there will be a MAGA. I don't think they will. I mean, look at him. One thing that was proven the other night with this blue tsunami is that Trump can turn out voters only for Trump. They don't care about anybody else. So even Vance, he ain't going to turn out voters like Trump did. There's no way. There's no way they won't turn out for him the way they do for Trump. So I think, if we even have a 2028 election and it's in any way, shape or form not rigged by, or if it's not rigged in any way, shape or form by the Republicans, then we'll most likely have a Democrat president and it'll probably be Gavin Newsom. That's my opinion. Democrats need to open the government. Yeah, but they're not in charge of anything. The Republicans are, so. You are dishonest, but I was excited for Trump 2.0, and the whole administration keeps disappointing. They're all comprised. Do you mean compromised? Like also most everyone won both sides. Okay, now I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat. I want you to tell me, let me remember your name. I want you to tell me how I'm dishonest. Go ahead, I'll wait. Democrats still have no ratings, no leader, not rebranding. You know that they kicked the shit out of everybody the other night, right? Like there was literally a blue tsunami. You know that, right? Fuentes, America First. What is that? Is that the name of his show? America First? Fuentes is a scumbag, but when it comes to Trump, he says a lot of shit that makes sense, and Republicans too. Cory Booker. I mean, a Cory Booker impression is basically just a weak Obama impression, and I can't do it. What was I dishonest about? I'm waiting. The Republicans voted the bill. Democrats refused to vote. That is who is at fault. No, it's not. The Democrats don't have any power. You know what I mean? They have a little tiny bit of leverage, and they're not going to let Americans lose their health insurance. So it's called a negotiation. The Republicans don't get to call all the shots and just get what they want. And Schumer tried to cut a deal last night. Trump wants them to use the nuclear option. They're not doing either. So the Republicans can open the government right now without Democrats if they want. They held the blue states. That's it. No, that's not it. That's not it. They flipped seats. Watch. Let me see. Where did Democrats flip states in our last election? Let me see. Democrats didn't just rebound, they dominated. You ready? All across the what the fuck just happened? All across the country, Democrats won big, from the marquee races to the down ballot contest. Counties that had shifted right a year ago veered back to the left, and the suburbs that powered Democrats' massive wins in the first Trump administration came roaring back. Exit polls even showed Democrats improved their margins with non-college educated voters. That would be most of MAGA. The strength of the wins hints at Democrats' appetite to take on Trump as he ends his first year in office and voters' concerns about cost of living. Abigail Spanberger and Mikey Sherrill cruised to double-digit victories in Virginia and New Jersey. 2 Georgia Democrats flipped seats on the state's Public Service Commission, the first non-federal statewide wins for a Democrat in nearly 2 decades. Democrats flipped a pair of Republican-held state Senate seats in Mississippi, cracking the GOP supermajority in a deep red state, and a successful California ballot measure delivered 5 additional seats for the party's House margins ahead of the 2026 midterms, offsetting Texas's redistricting push. So there you go. It wasn't, that's what they want to tell. It's just blue state. They just kept blue state. No. Nope. Republicrats, the future. Republicans cannot just open the government without the Democrat. It's called the nuclear option, fuckface. It's called getting rid of the filibuster. They can do it. And it's not on the Democrat. Again, you guys are so full of shit because about what, Soto? About this? To have articles about that specific thing, there's a ton of things. You want me to read them all to you? I will. But anyway, the Republicans hold all the power. And you're saying that it's not their fault. You guys are so disingenuous and full of shit. Phil, my buster, you're sick fuck. Funny, though. They have the power, the Republican. All they got to do is negotiate with Democrats. Chuck Schumer said last night, okay, instead of making the ACA subsidies permanent, let's just do it for a year and revisit it. They said no. Trump tells them use the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster, open the government. Republicans said no. So, yeah, I'm sure you're a brilliant guy, though. Soto, what were you asking for specifically? I'll tell you. Okay, Kim Smith, that's cool. Doing away with the filibuster is going to solve the fucking problem. Well, if all you want is government open back up, yes, that's what it would do. Schumer shut down. You could say that, but look at the polls. The majority of Americans blame Republicans because Republicans are at fault. Do you know how negotiation works with a bill like this? Do you understand there's 2 parties? And the Republicans can't just say, this is what we're doing, now fucking vote for it or else. No, the Democrats get to say, whoa. No, this is what we need. And until you give us this, we're not going to vote for it. And then if Republicans refuse to give it to them, it's still Republicans' fault. That's right. They will. Absolutely. Democrats are holding it up because they are propsing bullshit stuff and Republicans aren't having it. Do you mean ACA subsidies for 24 million people so they can keep their health insurance? We see your ignorance. Tell me all about it, Signal Jaguar. I'm here to listen. Tell me all about it. Well, of course. Well, I can't read all the comments. I'll try to look for your comment, though. Identify as invisible. That's funny. Right there, lie. Democrats blocking a continuing resolution vote to keep the government going. Guys, I don't know how else to explain it to you, how it works. The Democrats get to demand some things too. That's how it always works. The Republicans do, the Democrats do, no matter who's in charge. Okay? So the Democrats demanded some things, and the Republicans are saying no. And not just that, but Mike Johnson told House Republicans, do not come back to D.C. and negotiate with Democrats under any circumstances. So if he wanted the fucking government open, he would tell them, let's negotiate. They could have a deal tonight. Democrats are there ready to negotiate. Republicans won't. So don't give me your bullshit, okay? You can't blame Democrats. You could try all you want, but it isn't going to make a fucking difference. Because Democrats are fighting for 24 million people to keep their health insurance. So they're not just going to say, oh, yeah, we'll just vote for it and fuck those 24 million people. Why would they? Why would they? The polls are wrong. Well, it's a lot of polls, man. It's a lot of polls. To fund the Dem Party? Nope. The ACA. Yes, exactly. Doing away with the filibuster, the Democrats won't have any say at all. Exactly. But Mike Johnson won't do it. Well, they won't do it. The Republicans, they won't do it. The lobbyists come into play. Democrats are demanding that rural hospitals get defunded. Yes, but to fund the Dem party? Oh, wait. No. I thought I'm thinking Trump. Democrats are not demanding that rural hospitals get defunded. Where did you get that horse shit from? The ones defunding rural hospitals are the fucking the Republicans with the big beautiful bill. Republican rural hospitals are closing all over the country because they're taking fucking healthcare away from like 14 million people. Yep, 6 weeks. Yep. Wow, you have selective memory. No, I don't. You're just wrong about most shit. Do you think it's wrong to care about white American citizens' future in America or honoring our heritage like every other race does? Specifically because people are white, or just you mean all people equally? All people equally, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, tens of millions of our tax dollars going to other countries try to push the Democrats' trans movement. Yeah, that's not anywhere in their demands. You've completely made that up, or you saw it on social media, but it's not true. It's literally all it is funding ACA subsidies. So 24 million people who have their insurance through the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, don't have their premiums skyrocket through the roof so that they can't afford insurance anymore. That's all it is. Post the link to what? And you spelled mercenary wrong. You know that, right? Post the link to what? Well, that's their choice. Yep, that's the choice. That's their choice. Yeah, I know, Tommy. The Republicans can give the Democrats what they want. What the stipulation? No illegal immigrants on the insurance and the EBT and all that. But that means they would have to give up the funds that I'm not sure. But there doesn't need to be a stipulation of illegal immigrants, no illegal immigrants on the insurance, because there isn't an illegal immigrant in the country who has federally funded health care. It's not even possible. It's against the federal law. I don't live in America. I just think your politics and hatred towards each other is setting you up for civil war. Yeah, not really. Damn right they did what, mercenary? What? Did what? Can you put like a whole the whole thing in one comment so I know what the fuck you're talking about? MAGA are just too stupid to see Trump will shut off the food and healthcare. Yeah. You think you know it all, but don't. Good luck, buddy. Tell me what I don't know. Why do you just say that instead of telling me what I'm wrong about? Because you know that in like 5 seconds I'll prove that I'm right and it'll hurt your feelings. I know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Republicans want large government. I think that's been proven. Government has their hands in everything. Trump's getting fucking people taken off of television now. You know what I mean? Like Trump's suing law firms who represented people who sued him. They're taking away freedom of speech. They're talking about violating the Constitution every which fucking way. They're all up in women's bodies and every fucking thing else. You know what I mean? They're involved in sports, for fuck's sake. They don't want trans people in sports. Like you want small government except for the shit you want government all up in. Then it's all good. No, they don't. What was Biden's part in Ukraine? There really was none. I mean, what do you mean? What was Biden's part in Ukraine? I mean, what are you referring to? What was Biden's part in Ukraine? Democrats are not going to give up the only leverage they have, holding the people hostage so they can go back to working with Congress with no leverage. They're not holding anybody hostage. You could say that, but I could also say then the Republicans are holding them hostage. Do you understand? It's a negotiation. The Democrats want something. The Republicans don't want to give them that. So if you could say the Democrats are keeping the people hostage, and I'll just say the Republicans are keeping people hostage, and I'm no more wrong than you are. No, they don't. No, they don't. Well, your state and some probably have federal health care. No. You said state healthcare is federally funded. No, not that goes to illegal immigrants. It can't be. For the love of fucking Christ. Guys, this is something you can look up in 2 seconds. Let me read you something. You're going to get mad, but let me read you. Can illegal immigrants receive federally funded healthcare? I don't even have to look. Oh, how come it didn't just show me a simple answer? Can illegal immigrants receive federally funded health care? I don't know why it's not giving me a simple answer, but you could look at all of this shit if you want, but I know there's a way to just get the simple answer. The shutdown isn't over healthcare for undocumented people. Yeah, no, they cannot. I'm telling you right now. Here, is it illegal for illegal immigrants to receive federally funded healthcare? Yeah, it just keeps giving me articles. I'm not going to read all the articles, but you can look it up. It's very simple. It's illegal. I didn't say, see, you just threw state in there. I don't know what states do for them. States can do whatever they want. I'm talking about federally funded healthcare, and I have not said anything different. All I've said is federally funded healthcare. Okay, Kim Smith, whatever you say. Sure. Yeah, it's not facts. I'm not like reading you stuff off the internet or nothing. I'm not like telling you stuff I've researched and, looked into for years now. Yeah, you're right. It's just my opinion. Yeah, but they don't actually mean it. Oh, God. Yeah, whatever you say. Banning law firms from entering government buildings is fascism. I'm glad you brought that up. Forgot about that. Do you agree illegal immigrants cost us tax money? Do I agree? Yeah, they probably cost us tax money. Yep. You got to take a lot of things into account, though, when you're trying to decide, for instance, are they good for the country or bad? And now Elon blocks everyone from Twitter. Anyone that disagrees with him, anyone who's rude to him, anybody who speaks badly of the orange leader gets blocked. So no, that's not true. How'd they going to reverse the big beautiful bill? It's just one part of it. It's the ACA subsidies that the big beautiful bill took away. Hundreds of billions sent to Ukraine under Biden. Yeah, not really. I believe it was like 80 billion or some shit like that. I forget exactly, but only 20% of it was actually money. You know that? Like it was mostly used military equipment, old military equipment that we gave to them so they could use against Russia. And this way it helps the economy because now we need jobs to build those fucking that military equipment back up for our military. So it kind of stimulates the economy, Yeah, we went over that, mercenary. It's not federally funded healthcare. It's not. Healthcare means you have health coverage, dude. It means you have health coverage. Like, in other words, you can call up a doctor and make an appointment. You're covered. You can go get a surgery. You're covered. You can get a procedure. You're covered. Okay. What you're talking about is the EMTLA, the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. And all it says is that if anyone, citizen or non-citizen, walks into an ER, regardless of their status or their lack of insurance, for example, they have to be treated and stabilized, period. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Treated and stabilized. And then they'll be released. And then the government reimburses them a small percentage of it. So that's not health care. It was. They forget that, though. Well, I agree with them on that. Yeah, that's what you want, mercenary. What you mean is non-Mexican. just admit it, bro. You're racist. Of course you are. We know that. Why you got to be a pussy about it? At least admit it. Fuck Twitter then and fuck Twitter now. I'm with you, Soto. Fuck Twitter. I never knew what it was, and I still don't. I don't even know how you use it. Can we focus on the current POTUS? Lock old demented Biden up if you want. I don't care, and neither do most. We don't worship politicians, you moron. Who are you talking to? Me? What? You don't worship There's no way you're talking to me, right? Because let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about Biden. That's why I'm not even here to defend Biden. I'll just, when you make the comparison, of course, I'm going to tell you the facts of the matter, and they don't look good for Trump, no matter what we're talking about. But I don't care about any politician, bro. Even if I vote for one, I don't really care that much about them. They're just, to me, the better of two choices. You guys literally soak yourselves in right-wing media bullshit day in and day out. You wear the MAGA hats, you wear the MAGA shirts, you have the Trump yard signs, you have the Trump flags, you go to the Trump rallies, you repeat everything the guy says verbatim, even though everything he says is a lie. You guys literally worship Donald Trump. You worship Donald Trump. Oh, okay. All right, good. I was wondering. I wasn't sure. But at least I got my point out. Sorry, Chris. I apologize. Yeah, I was going to say, you had to be talking about them. If illegals weren't here, we wouldn't be paying for them. How much you think you pay? Like as an average person, how much of your money you think goes to help illegals? Maybe if they walk into a hospital and they have to, yeah, but it's such a dumb thing to say. Could you give me an example? Like name one, give me a case. I'll look it up right now. Because they don't have health care. They don't have health insurance. They don't have health coverage. Give me a specific case. I'll look it up right now. Yeah. And then they switch platforms between like the 30s and the late 70s, and we've established that. So there's that. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, but yeah. No, I know, Chris. My bad, bro. My bad. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm down to 49 people, so that means it's time for me to go. I might come back on tonight. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not feeling terrific today, so I got to make up my mind, but I guess so, though. I don't know where exactly you mean, but I don't know. I'll just defend his policies, all his choices that he made, that the administration made, the other Democrats have made. No, you mean, you said no, K-N-O-W, so I thought you meant or I know you'll just defend. I don't know. I think you meant to say N-O. You'll just defend his policies, all of his choices that he made, that the administration made, the other Democrats have made. The good ones, yeah. I won't defend all of Joe Biden's, policies in general. He sucked on the border, terrible on the border. Although Trump did crush the fucking, deliberately crush the bipartisan border bill because he wanted an issue to run on, and that issue had to be immigration, because why else would you motherfuckers vote for him? Obama, his fucking drone program was horrific. I'll tell you things, but you can't tell me something Trump did wrong. You're too brainwashed. You won't even allow yourself to admit that he's wrong about anything. That's right, man. And thank you, bro. I appreciate that. They did. They paid like $85 billion a year in taxes, something like that. All right, guys, listen. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. And everybody who donated, even if it was $2, means a lot to me. I appreciate you doing it. I hope everybody hit the like button and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.